Hi, I'm Mia, and this is my first Halloween look of the month. But yeah, this is going to be my first Halloween look of the month. I am appropriately wearing a little shirt that has ghosts on it. I got this from Navy like 2-3 years ago. It's not my favorite in terms of fit because it's kind of like boxy and a little, not cropped but not long enough. It's weird. I hate that everything is like cropped or not quite full length these days. It's ridiculous. But yeah, not gonna start off with something like super intense. I'm thinking of doing like little bone graphic liner. So yeah, I'm gonna first start with just doing some like regular eyeliner because it would be just a little weird if there's just bones up and above. So this is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Epic Wear Liner Stick in the shade Pitch Black, and it's just going right in my waterline, and then I'm gonna do a winged liner after as well. I don't know why I did this one first. I usually do waterline liner after regular eyeliner, but whatever. I also really hope this is on the right setting. I think it is. It should be. I hate how this feels so much. And then this is from L'Oreal Paris. This is the Infallible Grip Precision Felt Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Black Noir. So I'm just gonna, because I don't want it to be an overly big or like in your face wing. Because again, I want the main focus to be on the bones. Who would have thought? And I'm not going to line it quite all the way. Get it thinner right about there. Like, this liner doesn't look great, but I can't do eyeliner, so who would have thought? I think, I'll fix it. Again, I don't want the main focus to be on the eyeliner, just like the regular eyeliner. I want it to be on the bones. So, try not to raise my eye while doing this, because I do this a lot and then it always gets messed up. And that's not what we want out of life. We don't want messed up eyeliner. Also, to be fair, I can always fix this. Like, I'm really gonna need to fix that. Damn. My left eye always turns out so much better than my right, and it's never like I'm doing it on purpose. Like, I'm not trying to mess up my eyeliner, it's just how life happens. Oi. Oi. And more oi. Alright, give me 2 seconds. My lids keep involuntarily blinking when I'm trying to do this, because my eyes are twitching. I might need to thicken up the other side to make it even. Even though I will be wearing lashes, so it will cover it a bit. But like, it's still gonna be a different thickness, and that's not what we want. I did a little, like, not even like a practice look, it was just practicing Q-tip micellar water. I was just doing a little practicing the bones, and I sent it to one of my friends. I'm like, hey, like, these look like bones, right? She's like, yeah. She's like, I didn't read the text at first or like open it properly, so she's like, I honestly thought they were like penises. I'm like, girl. She's like, well, in my defense, she's like, I didn't open the message, it was just when you do the thing and you see a picture. I think that's okay for now, question mark? Like, should I do something a little shimmery on the lids? Just to do a little more? I think so. That's what I deserve in life. I deserve sparkly eyelids. I am gonna take the Blend Bunny Cosmetics X Ellis Atlantis, the Garden of Stars Eye and Face Palette. I'm not going to go in with this shade because even though it looks white, it has gold reflect, and I don't want gold reflex. So I'm going to take a little bit of alloy, which is like a silver. So figure doing a very light dusting of that will look a little more, not like white, but not, again, I don't want the gold reflex for this. It's gonna be a little Halloween-y look, so if anything, it's gonna be silver. So just gonna carefully brush that on. Like, I don't want it to be too pigmented and like intense. I just want like scatters. So yeah. But yeah, no, today is Monday. It's still September as I film this. Like I said, I want to be ahead schedule-wise, but I always want to be ahead schedule-wise, so it's not like that's anything new. But I filmed something Saturday because I caught out. I didn't film anything yesterday because I went out and then I had to play and I had to leave the house early. So just timing was off. And I could have gone away with it, but I didn't want to. So 3 videos for 4 days because I am planning to do something tomorrow too. 3 videos in 4 days isn't awful. And with today and tomorrow, I'll be able to get started on 2 Halloween looks. So trying. Alright, now this is from Glisten Cosmetics. They are actually shipping to the United States. I think they said they raised their prices a little to cover the tariffs. That way you don't need to pay it separately. But this is from Glisten Cosmetics. This is the wet liner in the shade Milk. Surprise, surprise. It is just white because bones are portrayed as white, even though they are naturally yellowed just because of life and staining from bloods and muscles and stuff. But, you know, this is just some scent spray, so I'm just going to do a little 1-2 because I don't want it to be overly wet and like feather out, but I don't want it to be like stiff enough that it just gets gunky. So we'll do 1 more spray for good measure because I can dry it out a little easier. So, and I'm just going to take a dotting tool. That is all we are going to use today because I did it when I was testing out, and just, you know, 4 little dots, and I can just draw a line between them with said dotting tool, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, now 1, 2, and I'm gonna do it on the other eye. That way I can try to keep them. Oh, my hands are shaking like a madman. I don't even know if you can see these. I'm gonna be so honest here. And like, ooh, shish kabibble. For a very brief thought, when I was thinking about it earlier, I thought about bedazzling these with like either rhinestones or gems, but I'm like, do I really want to go through all of that effort? The answer was no. And if these don't look totally opaque, you can always just go over it, especially because it's a dotting tool, so the shape and pressure, I mean, the pressure might change, but the shape's never gonna change. So ta-da, there's a bone. And I did put this side a little too close to the fold in my eye. But in my defense, I don't have a lot of space. So there's only so many options of where I can go lid-wise. I did just pour a little more of scent spray into it, because I have some scent spray sprayed into the cap, so I can control what I need. Oh, so I got off of the wait list for the chaperone torted I had registered for, but since it was like 2 days before, I'm like, I can't just drop things, especially with the Amtrak prices. So, you know, yesterday was Sunday the 21st. She brought out Nancy Wilson from Heart to help her cover Barracuda, and I am seething, I tell you. Like, oh shish kebab, this is too wet. Barracuda has literally been one of my favorite songs for ages, and every time I say it, my father's like, really? You like that song? Yes, I do. I'm gonna get started on the other side now. And, you know, I know Chaperone covered it. I like her cover. But to have one of the vocalists and the guitarist come out to help you perform it at the show I wanted to go to, this is just disrespectful. I can't even jokingly claim homophobia like I usually do, because if we know anything, Chaperone's a lesbian as well, so it's queer on queer crime. How could she do this to me, and me specifically? But no, I keep seeing videos from the past few nights. Also, I'm gonna get a brush just to kind of help, because this is not going like I planned it to, or like I practiced. But I keep seeing everyone's videos and I'm like, like, this is just mean. Again, if they hadn't taken me off the wait list the Friday before the Sunday show, maybe. But again, like, you figure there's only so many places that she's playing, that some of these people are going to be coming from out of state to come see this show. Not everyone can afford last minute, like, arrangements and stuff. So, I'm also going to do, like, a dot here, just because I don't want to try to fit another bone. But yeah, now I'm really upset about this. Like, I was already sad, like, oh, I'm like, probably one of my only chances to see her perform live. And now with Nancy Wilson. Tisk, motherfucking tisk. Also, I might need to redo this bone because it is not going well over there. It was too watery, and then since I put it too close to my lid, because it was too watery, it is now misshapen, and that's not what I want out of life. So, might need to be redone when I go put on lashes. But generally, the concept of this is easy. Just need to actually get it done. I couldn't see all of a sudden. Oh god, that bone looks awful. This is not coming out the way I wanted to, and it's not completely even. But again, my eyes aren't even, so. But I'm gonna go put on some lashes and just pray, basically. And I will be back in a second. Alright, I'm back with some lashes on. And you might be able to tell that I redid this bone. And it is considerably uneven compared to this bone. But also my eyes are uneven, so that's the justification I'm using here. But we are moving right on to base, if I can find where I put my stuff. This is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Plump Right Back Serum Primer. And I love this stuff. And they're the smallest wisps of hair that I cannot get to stay clipped, so I shall suffer. Oh, I had a nail appointment yesterday, and I think I'm gonna keep going back to that guy who did my nails, because he was one of the two that my original nail tech had recommended to me. But these are, if they will focus, these are the nails. I went for like a pre-Halloween, like still spooky but not like in your face Halloween. Also, I cut myself yesterday shaving my knuckles because I kind of Saturday. I kind of procrastinated because I did my makeup and then I was going to shower and then I was going to go to my appointment, and I procrastinated the shower, so I'm like, oh, I'm just going to shave my knuckles with my regular like leg razor opposed to like my eyebrow razor that I usually use, and I might have taken a chunk out of my knuckle. So, I'm being polite and not showing you my divot. Also, acetone got into this. Obviously, new Band-Aid. I've changed the Band-Aid every day. because it was a new set, so chop, soak in acetone, wrap in foil, and come back, drill, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was a good hour and a half that I was trying not to scream. Because of, like, you know, acetone in wounds is not exactly a fun time. It's like hand sanitizer in a wound. It's not a good time. I also apparently have, like, you can't see them because they didn't bleed, but I have 2 cuts in the palm of my hand. I'm like, I don't know what I did. Whatever. This is from Danessa Myricks Beauty. This is the Yummy Skin Glow Serum in the shade Main Squeeze. Needed a little extra hydration. And I haven't used this in a while, so. But, oh, so went to Mrs. Doubtfire last night. It was fine. Like I said, I won lottery tickets, so I'm like, you know what, we're gonna go, why not? They took away two of my family's favorite lines. It was my mother and I went because one of my friends is evil and awful and worked until 6. The show is 6:30, and the other one lives in Salem and works a regular like office job, so the commute from Salem at, you know, 9:30 at night isn't exactly great. And the other one lives way out west, so I'm like, I'm not gonna do that to her, especially because she works so much, and just other ones don't live in the area. So I asked my mother, I'm like, hey, do you want to go? She's like, it's not gonna be Robin Williams, we're fine. Took away 2 of our favorite lines, one of my favorite scenes, and one of the most important plot lines to the movie. Ludicrous. And I'm gonna go in with the About Face Beauty, the Performer Skin Focused Foundation in the shade F2 Olive. But they got rid of 2, if I can find my, 2 of the lines that we both love. It's basically the same, it's in the same scene. It's the, oh honey, I'm so happy for you, and any closer and you'd be mom. They got rid of both of those lines. It's nonsense. Heathenous. And then one of my favorite scenes is when, also dressed as Mrs. Doubtfire, but the stocking rolled down a bit on the bus, so like hairy legs, and the bus driver was like hidden on Mrs. Doubtfire, despite the hairy legs. Again, I know you can only do so much with the time you have on a stage. However, and they got rid of the plot to poison Stuart, Pierce Brosnan's character, with, it's either paprika or cayenne or some spicy powder, and then does the Heimlich maneuver, and then the mask gets undone, and that's how they find out that, oh my god, it's been Daniel the whole time. No. Like, also this match is a little insane, but literally those are the best parts of the movie taken away. They still did the drive-by fruiting, so thank god, but like, nonsense. And then I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade Marshmallow 1.3G. I know, look at me busting out a new shade that I don't usually use. But, so, Saturday, nail appointment, and the shuttles were happening. I was like, oh, not so fun, not so fresh. I'm like, you know what? With how long it took me to get into Boston, I'm just gonna take a lift home. Because I didn't know where the shuttle buses were meeting, or dropping off / picking up, because there was a rodeo in City Hall Plaza. So the street along City Hall Plaza was blocked off, which is where the buses would usually go. So I'm like, I'm not gonna play this game. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go down to like the Faneuil Hall area to get picked up. And there was a water main break. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the BPM corner, and that's where all the traffic was being rerouted to. So I felt a little bad for my Lyft driver until he started driving like a maniac. Dude cut in front of everyone trying to turn. I don't drive, so I don't know the proper but there's a spot by TD Garden kinda, so you go straight and then there's a curve, and he tried going around everyone to cut ahead, and then got upset that another person tried to do the same exact thing to him, even though he just cut in front of like 15 cars. And again, driving like a madman. It was ridiculous. And then he had me searching in the back seat for somebody's wallet because apparently a different customer lost hers. I'd like it to be known that I did not get paid enough to search for strangers' wallets. Because, it's not my job as a customer to look for things. It was just ridiculous. But, yeah. Alright, I would like to preface this by saying I'm still actively boycotting e.l.f. cosmetics. However, like, I'm not buying any new stuff. But I don't want the stuff I have to expire because I've already spent money on it. So this isn't me saying, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever used, go get it, blah 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 blah. This is me using what I have in my collection. Because again, I already spent the money on this. Can't take it back. So again, I'm not endorsing e.l.f. Especially because they're in the midst of trying to sue somebody that's not even in the makeup community space. Just because they have the word e.l.f. in their brand name. So, but this is from e.l.f. This is the Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour in the shade Fair Light. And to be fair, boycotts only work if you are able to go on without. Like if you were canceling Disney Plus because of Jimmy Kimmel, plot twist, that's coming back. Because you can live without Disney Plus. And someone might go, oh, everyone can live without makeup, blah blah. Yes, but some jobs want you to be a little more presentable and wear makeup. Especially, you know, when you're in like a service-facing position, even though it kind of sucks, men tip better when you wear makeup. And e.l.f. is one of the more affordable options, so that is very often what is in somebody's budget, and someone who's not chronically online would not know this. But again, just prefacing this. Oh god, that's... I should not have used this, just because this is not the tone I want to go in. I'm looking very bronzed. I forgot about this shade. Like, the issue is I love it so much, but, like, matte rife. Literally, if they had used anyone else, it wouldn't have been an issue. Oh god. Oh god. I'm going in with the foundation brush. I put way too much on. It wasn't even that I put way too much on. There's way too much on the applicator. So I'm just going to go over it with my foundation brush and tone it down a little. Oh god. Nothing good is going to happen here. Give me a minute. This is embarrassing. I pretend that I know how to do my makeup, but this is what happens. Don't use a product for a while and suddenly I forget how it works. But I definitely need to... Okay. I'm gonna go back in with a little more concealer because this is being a little ridiculous and I hate the packaging for this because it's just went all on my pants. So thankfully it was my pants and not my shirt. So also I am actively trying to start wearing colors other than black. I bought a few like warm toned brown shirts. I want to try to find like a super deep brown corduroy pant though. But all the ones I find online are like not sketchy, but either they're like $100+ or they're brands that I've never heard of. Like there's one from this brand called Quince and a lot of people are like, they're like, the quality is so iffy that it's a gamble every time, and I'm like, we're not playing this game. Now, all I need is like Old Navy to come out with a corduroy pant and that'll be good. I do love my good Old Navy stuff. And I'm gonna use the Kylie Cosmetics hybrid blush in the shade Petal. I know, I love this so much. It is such a good color and it looks so nice on the skin. Like, yeah. But I'm gonna keep it a little, like, and I'm gonna go in with a powder like I usually do, just to make this a little more pink, because it reads kind of coral sometimes, even though it's not close to that. But undertones and stuff are weird, so I was gonna say. But no, I have tomorrow off, and then I have to go back to work. She has me on until 6 o'clock every single night this week. I'm like, so I just told you that my body hurts because I am being overworked between insomnia and another place, and your response is to put me on an extra 6 hours this week? Like, girl. Also, it turns out she had half of her Like, we ran out of a lot of stuff the other day. Like, we've been out of napkins and spoons for a while. Okay, we haven't been out of spoons. We've been out of our individually wrapped spoons, so we've had to been making do with, like, unwrapped ones, and that's kind of gross. And we've been out of napkins, so we've been using our own paper towels that are supposed to be in the dispensers. Turns out she had all of our supplies at her store. I'm like, girl, it took you a week and a half to notice this shit. So, damn, NYX is really carrying this look today. This is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Buttermelt blush in Butter Together. I don't want like a super cool toned pink blush, so this works. I'm sorry. The Los Angeles Post just... Breaking news, Supreme Court agrees to reconsider precedent that limits who Trump can fire. I'm tired of hearing this man. So tired. I would like you to know that I am not the fault for any of this. I did not vote for that man. I did not vote for that man year before, not a year before, but last time either. I will probably never vote for him. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say, but that's all I have to say. Because, like, I was born and raised in Massachusetts. I think that says enough about me. And this is from Rare Beauty. This is the Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighter in the shade Enlighten. It's the white one. Again, figure with this whole going on, it would make sense. Ooh, I tried Little Sweet Treat for the first time. They had a bag. I've been going ham on the TikTok shop lately. I hope you know that. Like, this plus my 2 Skull Pandas. And I haven't, besides that, I haven't used TikTok shop since Black Friday. So, nearly a year. But there's like a farmer's market bundle. Guess it's a good thing I ordered it when I did, because when I checked online to see what was in it, like a few hours later, it was already sold out. So I'm like, okay, guess it's a good thing I did. It's actually really tasty. There's a strawberry rhubarb gummy in there. It's beautiful, fantastic. Strawberry rhubarb is like my favorite summer flavor ever. And then there's like little mango gummy bears, and there's like an assorted mix of fruits. They don't taste like their specific fruit. They're all kind of citrusy. And then there's these big sour blueberry wheels. I still haven't had one, but they're like they're literally massive. It's ridiculous. Alright, I know we are probably tired of MAC Cool Spice by now, but she's being used again. Just because, I don't know. I need to go through, there's a hair in my face. I need to go through all my lip liners and see what I actually want to use, because some of them are just, I have a lot of threads for some reason. I never got rid of my Colourpop ones, but MAC Lip Liner Cool Spice. And I'm just gonna, I think it's funny because for ages I used to despise wooden lip pencils. Like, I would only buy the Colourpop ones because they were gel ones in a little plastic component, and I love them. And now I'm like loving wood pencils again. Not again, because I never started loving them, but I just find it funny. And it's just like a good like neutral lip liner to go with most things, so. And I'm just gonna very lightly blend this out just on the edges and just reshaping the top a little. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to take some Petal again, and I'm just going to use a little bit of it to pat onto the lips with the lip brush, just so there's some color for what I'm about to do. I used the same technique the other day, and it looked, not the other day, it was like last week, but it looked so nice. And I do like, if I'm too lazy to find a lipstick, I love using blush as just a dust-in. That way it still ties in with the cheeks for true monochromatic. Again, it doesn't need to be overly, I just need some color. And now I used this other day with the same technique, not the same exact blush, but this is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Gloss Bomb Stix, the Shimmer Gloss Stick in the shade How Many Carats. This is an Ulta exclusive. I found that out when I was, what was I doing? When I was typing out the product list and I was trying to remember what this was called exactly. So I did it on Sephora and it just wasn't showing up. Plot twist, it was Ulta. Plot twist, I also bought this on DoorDash, not the actual Ulta website. So I'm like, why isn't this in my history? That's why. But I'm just gonna... It's literally just pure glitter. And I love it. And I think it would just go well with the eye. So... I am just... This does have the same Fenty like gloss smell, which I hate. And this isn't the smoothest, but again, it is 90% glitter and like 10% shine. So, can't say that I'm too surprised that I feel the glitter. But, yeah. But I'm gonna go fix my bangs, which is fantastic because they looked fantastic earlier because I washed them and let them air dry and they just did their thing. But I'm gonna go fix my bangs and I will be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. Besides the fact that one of the bones is very obviously bigger than the others, I am loving how this turned out. Like, besides the eyes. But like the base and the lips, like I said, I did a very similar lip combo. At this rate, it would have been a few videos ago. But like, she's beautiful, she's perfect, she's stunning. Also, I did trim my bangs earlier, and I don't know if they're sitting right, and I don't think they are. But yeah, this is the finished look, and like I said, first Halloween look of the season. I'm gonna try to do all videos in October Halloween looks, so fingers crossed. But yeah.